From the National Automotive Design and Development Council (NADDC), developing Nigeria's automotive industry. This is Automotive Hour, projecting Nigeria's automotive industry to the world.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Automotive Hour, brought to you by the National Automotive Design and Development Council, NADDC. As always, this program is dedicated to bringing you the latest developments, insights, and innovations driving Nigeria's automotive sector forward. I am your host, Maimuna Ahoiza Zubair. This week, we're focusing on one of the most dynamic and important pillars of industrial growth, people, specifically the youth and women who are rising through the ranks and powering change in the Nigerian auto ecosystem. From training to tech, skills to leadership, the NADDC is championing a future that includes everyone. And on our stakeholders segment, we will showcase auto assemblers and manufacturers already adopting inclusivity and capacity building in their workforce. But first, let's bring you the top stories making the rounds in the Nigerian automotive industry.
The National Automotive Design and Development Council (NADDC) has intensified its push for sustainable mobility with the sensitization of stakeholders in Kano on the recently launched End-of-Life Vehicle (ELV) regulations. Representing the Director General Otumba Joseph Oluwemimo Oshonipin, the Council's Director of Policy, Planning and Statistics, Mr. Musa Sani, said the regulation goes beyond waste management, describing it as a strategic blueprint for economic diversification, environmental protection, and industrial renewal. He noted that the policy launched earlier this year by the Honorable Minister of State for Industry, Senator John Owon-Enoh, is expected to generate more than 40,000 jobs, create massive recycling opportunities, and support greener Nigerian cities. Delivering a keynote on behalf of Honorable Tiesia Obo, Deputy Chairman of the House Committee on Environment, the Managing Director of the Recycling and Environmental Development Initiative of Nigeria, Redden, Dr. Finery Mbata, described the ELV regulations as a national pathway to a circular economy. He stressed that the initiative would reduce pollution, attract private investment, and drive job creation nationwide. Redden, already designated as a recycling partner for implementation, pledged to work closely with NADDC, government agencies, and private sector players to establish a robust system for ELV collection, dismantling, and recycling. The Council also announced the plans for a multi-stakeholder steering committee to guide the effective rollout of the ELV policy, modeled after global best practices in countries like Japan and the Netherlands. The Director General, through his representative, expressed appreciation to Senator Enoh for championing the regulation and to Honorable Ogbo for strengthening its legal framework. The program concluded with goodwill messages from stakeholders who pledged continued collaboration to ensure the ELV agenda delivers on NADDC's broader mandate, creating jobs, promoting safer mobility, protecting the environment, and driving Nigeria's automotive industrial growth. The Director General of the National Automotive Design and Development Council (NADDC), Otumba Oluwemimo Joseph Oshonipin, has reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to strengthening Nigeria's automotive industry as a driver of industrial growth, job creation, and technological advancement. He made this known while delivering a keynote address at the 2025 NAJA International Auto Awards, organized by the Nigeria Auto Journalists Association, held on the 16th of December 2025 at the Oriental Hotel in Lagos. At the ceremony, Oshonipin was honored with the Auto Personality of the Year Public Sector Award in recognition of his leadership and contributions to automotive policy reforms, industry development, and the ongoing repositioning of Nigeria's automotive sector. In his remarks, the NADDC Director General commended NAJA for sustaining a credible platform that celebrates excellence, innovation, and professionalism within the industry, while highlighting the critical role of automotive journalists in informing the public, promoting accountability, and spotlighting sectorial progress. He noted that NADDC's engagement with the NAJA International Auto Awards aligns with the Council's statutory mandate to promote and develop Nigeria's automotive industry as a pillar of national industrialization, describing the awards as a vital convergence point for policymakers, industry stakeholders, and the media. Oshonipin reiterated the Council's commitment to advancing local manufacturing, human capacity development, and stronger collaboration across the automotive value chain, while congratulating the organizers and award recipients for their contribution to sustainable growth in the sector.
Welcome back to Automotive Hour. This week, we're shining the spotlight on Nigeria's youth and women, and the game-changing roles inclusivity plays in reshaping the automotive industry. With targeted training, innovation hubs, internship programs, and inclusion-forward policy incentives, the NADDC is equipping a new generation to thrive, not just as workers, but as innovators, engineers, designers, and entrepreneurs. Let's take a closer look at how empowerment is driving performance, productivity, and progress on Nigeria's auto journey.
In a country where over 60% of the population is under 30 and millions of women remain underrepresented in technical fields, empowerment is not just policy, it's a national imperative. And in Nigeria's fast-growing automotive industry, that empowerment is being driven literally and figuratively by the National Automotive Design and Development Council, NADDC. Across the nation, in cities like Yola, Kaduna, and Abuja, the council is investing in people, training the next generation of auto technicians with the tools, confidence, and capacity to meet the demands of modern vehicles. In 2025 alone, NADDC successfully conducted a landmark 2-week training in automotive mechatronics and heavy-duty vehicle repair, reaching over 300 youths and auto professionals in collaboration with auto partners. These are not just classroom lectures, they are hands-on, skill-building modules. From diagnosing faults in vehicle systems to understanding the anatomy of a heavy-duty truck, participants walk away job ready.
They do call you roadside mechanics, but now
At the same time, NADDC's vision of inclusion has taken a giant leap forward, with 50 women technicians in Edo State trained on compressed natural gas (CNG) vehicle conversion, an industry-first initiative jointly powered by the Council, the Edo State Government, and the Lady Mechanic Initiative. NADDC Director General Osanikpe reaffirmed the Council's commitment to gender equity and clean energy, celebrating these women as pioneers in a sector long dominated by men. These initiatives are part of a broader vision to close the skills gap, create jobs, and build a sustainable indigenous auto industry. With over 20,000 technicians trained and 21 automotive training centers across Nigeria, 18 of which are already fully equipped. The council is building infrastructure for people. And it's not just about training, it's about empowerment. Every participant, whether from Nigeria Auto Technicians Association NATA or Association of Motor Dealers of Nigeria AMDON, or fresh out of school, they all are empowered to walk away with training manuals, stipends, toolkits, and most importantly, hope.
I never knew that I can participate on being a mechanic as a lady. What I learned here is that converting petrol to gas, I have not heard from it at all, from CNG. So coming here was a very wonderful thing and is less challenging.
It has been a great experience for me, and it has inspired me to want to know more about it. So after this, I'll be hoping to know more and hoping to learn more.
Nigeria is going into CNG. CNG reduces pollution in the economy. So by learning this handwork, this CNG, I feel it will, first of all, give me dignity as a woman traveling into things that men do, and also it will broaden my knowledge.
What you have been able to learn in Benin, 50 female mechanics. A lot of thank you. Can you clap for NLDDC? A lot of thank you. I say a lot of thank you. Hip, hip, hip!
Plans are on the way to install EV charging stations in institutions like the University of Benin, a move that links empowerment, innovation, and sustainability. With initiatives like this, the NADDC is proving that technical empowerment is not gendered and that the future of Nigeria's auto industry has many faces, many hands, and many voices. From Yola to Calabar, Kaduna, Benin to Umuahia, Nigeria's youth and women are not waiting to be included. They are stepping up, tools in hands, and ready to shape the future.
Welcome back. Without a doubt, the automotive industry is not just about vehicles. It encompasses jobs, technology transfer, and industrial growth. Which brings us to our stakeholder segment. From auto manufacturers to assemblers, these key industry players are setting the standard for knowledge transfer, skill acquisition, and empowerment. Let's explore their views on how the adoption will boost their production processes and add value to the sector.
Beyond vehicles and production lines, Nigeria's automotive transformation is ultimately about people. At the heart of the National Automotive Design and Development Council's mandate is a clear priority: building local capacity, transferring critical skills, and ensuring that youth and women are active participants in the industry's growth. Through the NAIDP framework, automotive training programs, partnerships with manufacturers, and support for local assembly and component production, NADDC continues to push for an industry powered by Nigerian talent, from factory floors to engineering design and emerging mobility technologies. Across the sector, manufacturers are responding, embedding capacity building and empowerment directly into their operations. Localization of skills remains a defining pillar for sustainable automotive development. For manufacturers, this means deliberate investment in indigenous talent, structured knowledge transfer, and long-term workforce development. At Innocent Vehicle Manufacturing, localizing is not a future goal. It is an operating principle. From engineering to production, manufacturers say building Nigerian expertise ensures continuity, resilience, and industry ownership.
When I started this factory, I sent 10 people outside Nigeria to study most of it. I sent them abroad for training. We trained them. After that, I employed 60 foreigners to transfer the technology to other ones. But today, there is no foreigner in my country.
We are giving a hand practical experience on how to repair and also assemble of different components of engines and vehicles.
As competition intensifies globally, Nigerian manufacturers like Nord Automobiles are increasingly aligning local training with international standards, ensuring that skills development locally can compete anywhere in the world.
We like to get people who are brilliant on their own, they believe in themselves, and we give them the opportunity to learn. And also, we send people abroad for training to ensure that they can match with the best in the world.
For others, like Lanre Motors, capacity building is driven through structured systems designed to produce skill and consistency. Training protocols, specialized centers, and mentorship pipelines are becoming critical tools for sustaining growth.
A lot of young people here. Some of them have been here for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and some 2 months. So you come in here. When you come in here, we pay you to train you. That's something we do. And I'm sure a lot of people know that about now. If you walk around, you see a lot of people like that. We pay them to train them. So that way, instead of those people that are supposed to leave primary school, leave secondary school, and they're supposed to be on the streets, maybe smoking drugs, if you're interested, you come to Lanre Motors. We evaluate you. If you're acceptable, we don't have to know anybody. You come in here and we train you in engineering sector. And after training you, we can now look for a job for you.
By investing in formalized training environments, manufacturers say they are not only building skills, but also improving retention and creating long-term career pathways for young Nigerians within the automotive ecosystem. As mobility evolves, new technologies are reshaping skills demand across the industry. Electric mobility, in particular, is opening fresh opportunities for technical training and inclusive workforce participation.
As far as capacity building, we've already trained 18 electric vehicle technicians. Now, what we did, we found people who were already certified mechanics. Let me also give NADDC, their kudos, because the program that trained these people was developed along with NADDC. And we got certified mechanics from that program. We now give them the EV training. And guess what? Now we have 18 of them who we have been employing for 2 years.
In the heavy-duty and commercial vehicles segment, sustained technical competence is essential. At Dangote Sinotruck, West Africa, continuous upskilling and vocational training play a central role in maintaining operational efficiency.
We have technicians, we have operators, we have engineers, and we have facilities installed that are high-tech. And what we do is that when we install such, we invite specialists from our sister company, our JV company from China. They come and they transfer this knowledge. They train our staff, they empower them, then they go back. And periodically they come once in a while for refreshers training. And for some of our engineers also, we send them abroad for training. Like me, of course, I've been to China, I've been to Sinotruck and 3 states of China, and I've seen high-tech technology. And I learned through that visit, besides participating in the actual training. And some of our engineers will be leaving in a few months' time also to acquire more trainings on our prospects.
With a largely indigenous workforce, manufacturers emphasize that regular local and international training strengthens technical depth and ensures global best practices are embedded locally. Skills transfer also extend beyond factories into structured partnerships with academic institutions. For Meccano Motors, collaboration with universities and national service programs is key to nurturing the next generation of automotive professionals.
The key thing that we want to push is that we need technical capacity development, right? You want to have products manufactured here in Nigeria, but another key thing is to ensure that those products meet the standard and the quality to ensure that what you're using is safe. And at Meccano, we strive to ensure that we always have, in partnership with all of our OEMs, that sort of knowledge transfer. So it's not only about okay, we have an agreement with you, we import, we assemble. We also want to have that knowledge transfer to ensure that the products that are manufactured here in Nigeria are the same quality as what you would get overseas.
These partnerships, supported by NADDC's engagement with academia and training institutions, continue to bridge the gap between education and industry readiness. Some manufacturers, like Anamco, bring decades of institutional experience to workforce development. Legacy training systems, mentorship frameworks, and certified programs remain vital pillars for capacity building.
NADDC has collaborated with Anamco in the area of training. The idea behind that initiative was not just to develop skills for work within Anamco factory, but of course to supply to the entire Nigerian industry. We have a collaboration with the Institute of Management and Technology, Enugu. Therefore, our mechatronics engineering project, automotive mechatronics engineering course, is accredited by the National Board for Technical Education. And admission into that course is through JAMB. And we award national diploma for that course. That's number one. And then we run several other short-term courses in this place.
The experience from school and here, the difference is just the hands-on experience, because then we are taught it's only theory, drawings on the board, but here you can point it down and say this is the part and this is the part. The experience has been wonderful. We started off in the forklift maintenance and operations department. That was the first time I've ever experienced that in my life. It was a nice experience in the sense that our mentors also, they don't hold back on the knowledge they have. They give it to you freely, and then they expect you to learn and then ask questions as well. So from there, I moved to the welding department. So in the welding department, we are taught how to weld, the welding preparations, how to prepare the metal before welding. And then from there, I moved to the body shop, where I now brought the welding skill into the body shop, where those in the body shop, after they are finished preparing and fabricating the metals, then I'm asked to weld. So it's like an added skill, bringing what I learned from the welding into the body shop, and then it's adding to the experience so far.
I initially started in the welding and fabrication sector department, where I was taught various welding techniques on how to ensure a material's durability under various thermal and cyclic stresses. I was also taught how to select materials based on job requirements and etc. Now I'm currently at the maintenance department. I've been taught on hydraulic, pneumatic machines, as well as electrical motors. I've been taught how to interpret circuit diagrams, how to diagnose faults in a machine, and how to understand fluid flow and pressure regulation in every system.
Such long-standing institutions continue to shape skilled technicians who form the backbone of Nigeria's automotive workforce. Inclusivity is also emerging as a defining metric for industry progress. Women are increasingly visible across production lines, technical roles, and leadership positions.
We are a movement dedicated to innovation, sustainability, and social impact. Our vision extends beyond assembling eco-friendly products. It's about shaping a future where progress is responsible, inclusive, and transformative. Our industry is in line with government objective of creating jobs and empowering the Nigerian youth for the future.
By expanding access and opportunity, manufacturers like DAG Industries say they are strengthening productivity while aligning with global best practices in workforce development. Training for CIG or GAC Motors Nigeria goes even further, extending into international exposure and employment pipelines. Factories are becoming training hubs, feeding talent into production, services, and emerging mobility platforms. These initiatives are building a workforce ready for both local demand and global competitiveness.
Recently also signed the MOU with the Ministry of Humanitarian to have this nationwide skill training programs. Those youths, after they get training, they're able to whether to work into our organization.
From localization and skills transfer to youth empowerment and women inclusion, Nigeria's automotive industry is steadily building the human foundation required for long-term growth. With the National Automotive Design and Development Council continuing to champion capacity development, and private sector participation, the message from manufacturers is clear. The future of Nigeria's automotive industry will be powered not just by machines, but by skilled, empowered Nigerians ready to drive it forward.
Well, that brings us to the end of this edition of Automotive Hour. From the training and skill-up efforts by the Council to the manufacturers translating and embodying diversity and inclusion, every step forward strengthens the nation's industrial backbone. At the National Automotive Design and Development Council, our mandate is clear: to nurture innovation, support manufacturers, and expand the sector to a more inclusive and capable one. On behalf of the Council, thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow our social media handles showing on your screens for more updates, features, and industry news. Join us same time next week for another exciting episode. Until then, I am Maimuna Ahoiza Zubair, and this is Automotive Hour. Bye for now.